and welcome back to another episode of the Nationals franchise. And today the plan is to finish the regular season. I don't really anticipate this episode taking all that long, at least not taking as long as some of the previous episodes have taken, because we only have technically not even a full month to go before reaching it to the end here. We also have a 13 game lead in the division, so I imagine it's probably going to be pretty smooth sailing from here to the end of the season to clinch this thing. But what we're going to do here at the start, I'm just going to sim. We didn't sim past the end of August officially yet, so we're just going to sim this 31st here. And now we're officially into September, so we get to make our September call-ups. And I guess there is a panel here just suggesting who we could call up. I think it's pretty much just sorted by overall here, but I did have a couple names in mind. I'm pretty sure the rule is you can only bring up one pitcher, so it's either one pitcher, one hitter, or two hitters. And the easy move would just be to get Yoan Adon right back up because he's the 87 overall, but man, he hasn't even gotten things back under control down in AAA. I mean, look at this. He's still pitching at an over 5 ERA as an 87 overall in AAA. So I'd rather call somebody up that's not struggling in AAA, and I think I have my answer here. I mean, we actually have quite a few arms that have actually been pitching really well out of the bullpen in AAA. These three right here, Hunter Harvey, Victor Aranio, and Ronaldo Lopez, all have an ERA under 2. So I think the one pitcher that I'm going to bring up as a September call-up is going to be Hunter Harvey. He's the highest overall of the people I just highlighted. He's up to a 74. This might be the best progression we've seen out of him since the start of this. Like every season in the March to October, I was kind of waiting for him to get some good progression. And I feel like every year he only went up like 1 overall. But yeah, up to a 74. Good pitch mix, good velo, good ratings now, and putting up good numbers. This deserves him his spot in the MLB for the rest of this regular season. And depending on how it goes, definitely could keep him around for the playoff run. And then for the one other spot that has to be a position player, I have a couple options. But you know what? The more I think about it, the more I think all that I just talked about was a waste of time, because I'm just going to call up Alex Call. It's not like we have a spot to fill. It's just going to be somebody to stick on the bench as an extra bat. So I think Alex Call fits that mold perfectly. Don't need anything crazy. Don't need anything special, but he could give us a couple good at-bats with those good numbers. All right, but now that that's taken care of, I just wanted to go through the league really quick just to see where everybody's at and where we're at in relation. So obviously we already looked at our division. We're up 13 games. Feels like we have this pretty much locked up. NL Central, you got the Pirates, only a game and a half up on the Cardinals, and we've got a game, or we've got a couple games. We've got one more win, but also 4 less losses than the Pirates. So we're a couple games up on them, which would be nice to finish above them, so then we get that bye for the first round of the playoffs. Don't have to deal with the wild card series. NL West, Dodgers are starting to separate. They're 8.5 up. We're a little bit behind them, but as long as we clinch one of the top 2 seeds, we'll get that first round bye. So we really are only worried about NL Central here. Over to the AL, it's the Jays out in front in their division by 13 games, similar spot to where we're at. Guardians are winning the Central. The White Sox have fallen back after they surged a little bit once we traded them Josiah Gray. And look at the Twins. The Twins are on a 14-game winning streak. They are taking names. And then in the West, wow, this is a close division. 6.5 games separate the top 4 teams, and then the A's just miserable down there in last place. Quick peeking at some league leaders, we got Luis Garcia still out in front for batting average, and he's out in front by a little bit, so if he keeps it up for this last month, we could be looking at the batting title winner. Meneses is also on the list here. Meneses leading only the National League in hits. Oh, and Garcia is tied for second. I didn't even see him there. We have Juan Soto, number 1 in the National League and the entire MLB with 45 home runs. He's been going on a home run tear lately, up to 45. with a full month left, he's going to hit 50. He should. He's also leading in runs batted in the entire MLB. Meneses on the list too at 5. Meneses has scored the most runs with 98 in all of the MLB. Soto's drawing the most walks, only in the NL though. He's got the highest slugging percentage and the highest OPS. Nobody over 1,000 OPS though in the National League. Couple above that in the AL, which that's another thing actually going back to this. Mike Trout is one of the reasons that I want to make sure we simulate a decent way down the road, is because I just want to see how his career finishes. He's 34. He's finally starting to regress. This is the first season his overall, I think, has changed, but he's still putting up insane numbers. He's hit at least 40 home runs in every single year so far that we've played this March to October into franchise, and he's gonna hit 40 again. So I just want to see the kind of numbers he ends up with by the end of his career, because he is playing at an insane level since we've started this universe. I'm sure pitching wise we're not really gonna have many people showing up on league leaders here, because that's been our weakness. We do have Crochet number 5 in saves. Obviously all those haven't come with us though. Most of them were from the Sox before we traded for him. Yeah, nobody in the top 8 here. Maybe extend to top 10. No, nobody in the top 10 when it comes to ERA. Not even top 13. We do have the least home runs allowed though out of Mackenzie Gore. Blake Snell on the leaderboard for strikeouts at 178 in 3rd place. And that's going to be about it when it comes to pitching league leaders here. We don't have anybody showing up on the wins above replacement. Actually, Mackenzie Gore, 10th place, rounding out the top 10 in terms of wins above replacement. Batting war, wow, we actually don't have anyone in the top 10. So Juan Soto, even with all he's doing, okay, no, it was top 8 we didn't have anybody in. We have Juan Soto at 9. Brian Reynolds though, way out in front in the NL. I'm sure in the AL, yeah, you got Trout and Judge way above them. And then finally, quick taking a look at the stats of our own players. Just gonna quick sort by home runs here. We have 4 guys with over 25 home runs at this point in the year, and then 3 more all at 16. So a lot of double-digit home run guys. That's good to see. Sorting by batting average, besides Alex Call's fake 1 for 2 giving him a 500, we've got a lot of guys with pretty good batting averages too. I mean, even K-Bear Ruiz at 260 with where he was to start the year and where he's came back to, I'll take that. And then pitching wise, we already know this has been kind of a disappointment, but honestly, looking at all of these ERAs lined up here, this isn't that bad. Our starting pitching has kind of fixed itself. Now that we don't see Yoan Adon's, super high 5+ ERA, even though it's been a while, we're not seeing Josiah Gray's 5+ ERA. So everybody under 450. Cavalli has the highest ERA at 449. I mean, a 450 ERA, I guess it depends on the innings pitched, but that's quality start level, because a quality start is 6 innings, 3 runs allowed would get you a quality start, and that averages out to a 4.5 ERA. Our bullpen's been nice and solid too. I feel like they're actually pitching better lately. Like Jordan Hicks has his ERA back under 4. All these guys have pretty good ERA numbers. And then our 2 designated closing pitchers who actually don't close games anymore also putting up pretty solid numbers. All right, so let's get into finishing out this regular season then with a 2-game series against Miami. We've got, let me just make sure we have critical situations on. So let's go ahead, let's start simulating, and we pick up a loss right away. Not much offense going on. Snell actually got himself a good start. I feel like he's strung together a couple decent starts lately. What killed us was that Matt Chapman error. Of all people, it's Matt Chapman making the error, leading to 2 unearned runs. All right, so then we move on. Mackenzie Gore, that's who we look to for stability now, which is crazy to say with how he's pitched throughout this whole Nationals thing, and he gets us a win with a shutout. I wonder how far he went into this thing. Picked up a couple homers offensively. He goes 7 innings, doesn't allow a run. So a series split to start. K-Bear Ruiz is already back. I'm going to hit place on bench. I'm always skeptical when I hit auto do anything that's just going to ruin the whole lineup. All right, so now a series against Cleveland. They were at the top of the AL Central. We got to clear the path for the Twins to claim that division because they've been on their tear. They probably deserve to take control of this division, and we're not going to help them out. Losing 2-1. Our pitching has strung together 3 pretty good games so far in this episode simulating, participating, and we've only won one of them. Another big Luis Garcia game. It was Crochet. I didn't even realize that at the end. I didn't realize they put up both their runs in the 9th. We had a lead. Didn't allow a run through 8 with Bobby Miller, and Crochet blew it. I think that's at least the first blown save I've noticed from him ever since we got him. I mean, he's been locked down. So let's see what we can do bouncing back in game 2. Apparently we have an extra player down in AAA or AA, whichever team the Senators are. All right, so now let's actually simulate this game 2. And we have another injury. Joanna Doan straining his oblique down in AAA. It's a minor injury. And we have a critical situation to hop into. Luis Garcia going for the cycle. He's had a couple of really good games since we've started simming here. We're already up 9-5, so a nice lead. And we had 2 runners in scoring position here. So a big swing can really seal this one away. 4 for 4. He's got that average up to 345, on the verge of 20 home runs. This is not an impossible stadium to hit a triple in. I feel like that right center gap is kind of deep. We can also hit it off of the tall wall if we go to the opposite field. Man, they're not throwing me strikes. They are not throwing me anything. I'm giving myself the green light here. If it's down the middle, I'm swinging. That's not where I wanted it. We'll let that one go. Still got time to get a better one. Like that. That's not a bad swing if that gets over his head. Oh man, if that traveled a little further, got off of that slightly raised wall, maybe some funky things happen, that would not have been the worst. Could still get ourselves another AB. We don't want that to happen. Let's not start giving up home runs here. I don't feel the need to play defense, so we can just keep simming. Why are we giving up runs? Caleb Ferguson, shut it down. They keep giving me defensive appearances. I don't need to play defense. Maybe I do need to play defense because now we're only up 1. Okay, Sir Anthony Dominguez shuts it down. And we don't get another at bat. Garrett Crochet to finish it, and he does. 9-8 win. Turned out to be a little more stressful than I was anticipating. Would have liked one more at bat. I think we finished the game on deck, but the cycle was not meant to be. I don't know if I've hit for a cycle at all in this game this year, in any mode. A win's a win, though, even though our pitching didn't look so great, giving up 8 runs. We got a chance to win the series, though. Freddie Peralta against Nestor. What do we got, Freddie? What do we got? An 8-3 win. That's what we got. So what did we do in this one? We got another 3 home runs, 5 1/3 from Freddie Peralta, and then Jose Ayala locks it down, going 3 2/3. That's one way to earn a save. All right, and then no rest here. We have a lot of games in a row with no off day. Already started that stretch, and we got the Dodgers to take care of. This is actually a tough stretch here of 7 games. Dodgers leading the NL West, and then Pittsburgh leading the NL Central. We got to take them both down in the span of a week. So game 1 here, we've got Snell going out, and that's a big win. That is a nice big win. All 3 runs given up on solo shots. Those are the only 3 hits allowed too. Another homer for Luis Garcia. Almost everybody had a multi-hit game. And I guess actually the only 2 that didn't have a multi-hit game had a multi-walk game. Blake Snell with another good start. Jordan Hicks going a pretty long distance there at the end. Let's see if we can build on that. Keep it going here in game 2. We do. That one's a very different win. Going from 12-3 to 2-0. We gave up 13 base runners and no runs came around to score. That's kind of impressive, actually. Couple solo shots from us was our offense. It was Mackenzie Gore. I didn't even realize that, so of course he doesn't give up any runs. He's on the verge of getting that ERA under 3. 3.27 right now for him. So we already at least split the series. We have a chance here to take the series. This would also this would give us a better record than the Dodgers, actually, because we'd be 89-56. They'd be 89-58. So let's do that. And we have a minor league injury. He's all good. And no, we can't do that. Dodgers beat us to 90 wins. We would have had to sweep them, but we could have beat him to 90 wins. 5-1 loss, though. We had a lot of base runners to not bring around more runs. And it's a shame, too, because that's the Bobby Miller revenge start there, and he actually had a pretty solid start. All right, let's at least win the series here. Couldn't sweep a 4-game set, but we can win 3-1, and we don't. Of course we don't. Another game of only mustering up 1 run, and all it was another Luis Garcia homer. He accounted for 2 of our 5 hits himself, and drew a walk, and stole stole a base, but also got caught stealing. Pittsburgh now, though, we still have a better record than them, but let's cement that here. Game 1, we got Peralta on the mound, and we're going to lose another game. All right, this isn't a good stretch of 3 games here. Gavin Sheets going deep against us in his revenge game. We had another Juan Soto homer, and I mean, nothing went drastically wrong pitching wise. It just wasn't good enough for what our offense was able to do. So game 2, let's make sure we don't lose the series early, and we don't. 4 runs was enough to do it this time. Offense did the exact same thing. Pitching just did a little better. It was Brian Hayes with 2 solo shots. We haven't gotten many critical situations. I just realized we went through that entire Dodgers series, no critical situations, and now we're 2 games into Pittsburgh, no critical situations. Yeah, I had to check. Critical situations are still turned on. I don't know why we're not getting any. Let's wrap up this series here. Let's make sure we establish ourselves above Pittsburgh for that 2 seed. And now, okay, now we have a critical situation. They're bringing me in already with 2 outs, but we've made our comeback this inning. Put up 2 against Josh Hader to at least keep the game alive. We got a lefty-lefty matchup with Juan Soto to try and do it. Man, we're the 2 highest home run teams. They got 238 in first. We had 218 in second. Oh man, I actually thought I was going to make a good swing on that. That was the exact pitch I was waiting for. I timed it up and everything. Got to immediately go into extra innings now. And we're going to go immediately to who I feel like has turned into our 10th inning specialist here, Sir Anthony Dominguez. Okay. Not ideal moving the runner up to third, but we'll get an out. Soto's going to get to that. It's just, oh, they weren't tagging. All right. So it's going to hold them at third. They need a hit now to score that run. And it's only going to be who's potentially the NL MVP front runner right now, Brian Reynolds. Oh, come on. Come on, Drew Jones with a great break on it. That is why he's going to be so good in center field for us. Good speed, good fielding ratings to react to that. Never a doubt that he was going to get there. Now, all we got to do is bring around our free runner from second base, and we can wrap this one up. Soto out there on second. I definitely could bring in a pinch runner. We've got Abrams. He's got plenty of speed. I think I will. I think we'll go ahead and get Abrams out there, and it'll technically be a defensive upgrade. Maybe marginally out in the left if we don't finish it off this inning. Man, I don't know though. Looking at Joey Meneses' stat line, he might be making a surge at the MVP. Average up to 323. He's got 33 bombs, closing in on 200 hits for his 4th season in a row. Oh man, I was all over that. Hit that pretty well. Needed to just wait back a little bit more and go more the other way with it instead of trying to hit it to center. But that's fine though. Sac fly moving the runner up to third. All we need is 1 more of those. Wouldn't be super shocked if they put Casas on for free here. They're not going to. All right, let's win it then. No, I took strike 1 and then I tried to check swing on that. That looked ugly. And then I'm way late on that. I saw that coming. Like, I saw a fastball out of his hand, and I just, like, didn't react. I don't even know how to describe what just happened there. That was horrible. Look at that swing. Come on. That is going to get down. There we go. K-Bear Ruiz is the one to pick up the walk-off hit. He needs moments like those, man. I feel like he's still not quite gotten back to where he should be. He's still kind of hovering just below his career average, so he needs more moments like that to reestablish himself. We had homers from Meneses and Drew Jones in that game. Not a great start from Mackenzie Gore, so he kind of ends his stretch of really nice starts. But then a hitless rest of the game out of the bullpen to keep them right where they were, allow us to make that comeback and eventual win. So we've either won or split every series so far in this episode. Puts us at 90 and 59. Division's feeling more and more locked up. No progress. Oh, it is locked up. I was about to say, no progress has been made towards us, but yeah, we won it. We've locked up first place in the National League East for now 2 seasons in a row. It's kind of crazy to think, just like, let's go back here to this screen where you can see our team history. Both those 2 seasons, those first 2 seasons, those were our 2 best seasons record-wise, but I didn't win the division. I finished as a wild card team both those 2 seasons, and then our worst record season was the first season I won, and now we've matched that win total of our first division crown, but we still have a lot of games to go. And actually, I didn't even realize the entire rest of our schedule is just the Phillies and the Braves. So I mean, these are probably still, well, I guess the Phillies are down to 23rd ranked. Braves are still solid at 8 though, so these aren't going to be like pushover games. Oh, actually, now I'm going right back to this screen. Are they still playing for something? They are. Phillies right now are in that 3rd wild card spot, and the Braves are trying to get there, so they are still playing for a playoff spot. All right, so let's get it going then. This final 2 weeks of the season, starting with Philly. We got Bobby Miller out there for game 1, and he's going to get us the win. Another homer for Luis Garcia. Might have even been a grand slam. He is going off here. Like, he was always hitting for a decent amount of power throughout the season, but something has clicked here. Bobby Miller goes 6, gives up 2. Looks like a perfect 3 innings out of our bullpen, and Hunter Harvey finally picks up his first outing. All right, keep it rolling then in game 2. Let's bring Philly down to a 500 record, or not, or let's just lose really ugly. Man, 2 runs on 11 hits, but they all came on just 2 hits, 2 solo shots. Horrible outing from Jordan Hicks. He's back to doing his thing, averaging out about a 4.5 ERA. All right, let's win the series. Can't drop a series in this episode. Joey Menendez, okay, it's a minor injury, so he'll be fine. We can keep him active, and we do win the series. That also reminded me of something I wanted to do after that last critical situation I played. But first of all, we got homers from Hap, Soto, and Meneses. Peralta, good start. I don't know, but what I did want to do after I was talking about the possibility of maybe Meneses creeping into the MVP race, completely forgot I was in March to October mode, where I just didn't even think to actually look at the MVP race, because that's something we can do. We can't do that in March to October. We can do that here. So what are we looking like? Okay, so right now we have 2 of the 3 MVP finalists, but we've got him in the wrong spots here, because Nolan Gorman's out in front. He's up to 50 homers. He has stormed back to take the NL home run title from Juan Soto. Dude, I don't know though. I don't know about having Nolan Gorman above Soto in the MVP race. Like, I don't really know where that's coming from. Soto's got half the strikeouts. He's got like 30 more walks. OPS is a lot better. Between those two, it's got to be Soto. And then what about Cy Young? Yeah, I didn't think we'd have anybody there. All right, on now to our road series, 4 games against Atlanta. Blake Snell going out there for an 11-1 loss. Great job, guys. Do I even want to look at how this went wrong? Solo shot from Chapman. Awful start from Snell. Bad outing from Ayala also. We also had a couple unearned runs. Yeah, that's just disappointing. We got to get to this next game as quick as possible. Bounce back. Okay, I gotta hop into this. It's a 6-6 tie, but we're coming in to only control Abrams. He's got a 10-game hitting streak on the line that we gotta protect, but that's not really what I'm concerned with right now. That should extend the streak. It's also going to be extra bases. We'll just be content with the double here, not try and push anything with Acuna's arm, and that is a nice leadoff double to try and break this tie. Hap, okay, that's getting down. I gotta go here. That's an easy send. Hap drives me in. That's a 7-6 lead. Did exactly what I needed to do. Create a run, give us the lead, and now we just gotta sit back and watch as we hopefully finish this game off. Dominguez for the 8th. He's gonna shut it down. Any insurance runs here? Oh, I got another at bat. Okay, it's got to be lefty-lefty, though. Man, it's kind of crazy with Abrams having such low contact against lefties, but still with... He's got to be up to like 99 or 97 vision, it says. So that outer PCI is huge. Wait, did we come in as a pinch hitter? Because we only have stats for the 8th inning. Oh, lefty-lefty? How deep is that going? Why do I feel like I hit that so well? Oh, man, at the track. I also didn't even notice we have an extra run on the board. It's 8-6 now. I don't know when that happened. How did I miss that? Crochet to finish it off. Sure, I'll hop in and hopefully record the final out myself. Yep, that's hit right to me. We'll get it over to first. And that's a nice little win. Not super thrilled about the pitching giving up 6 runs again, but at least the offense came to play. Yeah, another rough start from Gore. He's losing it here a bit. Good performance from the rest of the bullpen, though. They didn't score a single run after Gore came out of the game. Then the offense woke up. And we only have one more loss to spare if we want the chance at winning 100 games this season. Not like that's the biggest deal, but it's something this team's never done. It's going to take quite the effort, though. It's got to start here with Bobby Miller, and we pick up the win. Meneses no longer injured, so he just got a couple days rest. All right, we've already ensured that we at least split the series. Let's win one here. We haven't had an even game series yet in this episode that we've won. We've split a 2-game series and a 4-game series. So what do we got here from Cade Cavalli? We have a lead, a 5-3 lead. We still have the Abrams hitting streak alive and a chance to keep it going, so I may as well hop in. I think this is a lefty-lefty at bat, though, so it's not going to be easy. Yeah, and I'm popping up the very first pitch. Thought it was hittable, waited back a little too long, and then the small PCI got me. So what do we got to finish it out? Crochet. No, let's not give up a double. We have a chance in the field. We'll go ahead and skip that, and it turns into a double, which also turns into a 2-run shot. Maybe I shouldn't ever skip. Well, and now here we have one again. I was just about to say I shouldn't ever skip fielding opportunities because it feels like something always goes wrong. How does something that... Okay, I guess that's how, because we're playing the outfield. I was thinking Abrams was in the infield. So I was going to say, how is something that should have been just like a ground ball to Abrams turn into a double? All right, back to the mercy of the sim. And okay, now we're right back to the mercy of me trying to play player-locked defense. Oh my god, that's gonna drop in. Don't let it drop in. Oh, we're there. I actually got there. Okay. Saved a run by getting there, too. He definitely would have scored. And that would have ended the game because we're on the road. All right. Offense. Back up. We got gypped out of an extra innings runner. I don't know why this happens, but it always only happens in player-locked games here in franchise mode, but we should have had our free runner on second. We didn't, so now all we have is Yu Chang on first base. Man, that sucks. So that means we probably got gypped out of it too in the 10th inning, but they obviously had their free runner on second in the 10th. Nope. Okay, they don't even let me check swing. That's helpful game. Helpful, very helpful. We're definitely not going to make it to another at-bat at this point. Maybe they didn't. Okay, well, I don't think they got their free runner that time, but it doesn't matter because they hit a walk-off triple to win. So once again, another even game series that we can't take, even though we had the chance to. Garrett Crochet absolutely blowing the save. He's been so good, so locked down in that closer role, and he's had 2 awful blown saves. I think both the blown saves in this episode, we were up. Or no, the first one, we were only up 1, but then he just lost the game. This time we were up 2, and he gave up 2. All right, our AAA season's over, and they officially won their division, so they're going to the AAA playoffs. That's fun. And the AA team also won their division, so they're going to the AA playoffs. Man, how does this work? This AAA playoff schedule is 1 game. Is it like a 1-game championship? AA postseason looks a bit more familiar here with a 5-game series. So yeah, I don't know what's going on in AAA. Anyway, though, let's keep going on. We got 1 more week left of our regular season here. Finally got a rest day after a lot of games in a row. We didn't do bad over that stretch. If my counting's correct, that's a 10-7 record over 17 games. 17 straight games in 17 days. Not bad to go 10-7. We've got Freddie Peralta, 1 more start for him against the Phillies, and we win it 8-2. Bunch of home runs, but none from Juan Soto. He's kind of gone cold when it comes to homers right at the end here. He was pushing 50. It looked like he was easily going to get there, and I think he's stuck at 48 still. Game 2, let's win this series early, and yeah, we've got this locked up. You know what? Yeah, let's hop in. Not going to affect the outcome of this game, but we got a chance to get one of our guys a cycle, so let's do it. Jorge Alfaro in a spot start here, 3 for 3. He does have the speed if we hit it to the right spot to leg out a triple. Oh man, If that gets over his head and right, no, it won't. I didn't hit it hard enough. I thought I hit it harder. I thought I hit it a lot harder. Are we going to get one more chance? Oh, no, we're not, because we were the home team. So we win 13-4. This is going to be a fun box score to look at. We have, wow, look at all those home runs. Snell with a good enough start. Hicks with 4 scoreless, because that's what he does. He'll go 4 scoreless, come out the next appearance of his and go like 2/3 of an inning and give up 4. Oh man, our AAA team lost. I could have, man, I didn't even think to, but we happened to get a critical situation on the day of that playoff game, so it wasn't simmed yet. I could have actually taken a look at that, and I completely forgot. We haven't had a series sweep yet in the episode, though. We have won or split every series, but we haven't had a series sweep. We get a chance to here. Mackenzie Gore on the mound. He needs a good get-right start after a couple rough ones. This will be his last start of the year, I think, so his last chance to finish with an ERA under 3.5, so let's see what he's got. Well, he probably didn't finish with that under 3.5 ERA with 4 runs allowed in the first 2 innings, and man, they just give you no wiggle room. I don't know, the more I'm playing of these critical situations, the less I'm enjoying the situations they give you. Like, this is just so brutal. They only give you like one lefty at bat when you already have 2 outs in the 9th inning. It sounded good off the bat, but yeah, that didn't come off with enough. So no sweep again. We only get 1 swing to try and do anything and win the game. That's okay though. We're still good. Let's just heading into this last series, let's check in with where we are seeding wise. Oh man, the Cardinals. Why have they just stormed out of nowhere? They've clinched their division and now we've only got 1 game on them. This is a tight race for the top 2 seeds. We and the Dodgers have the same record, and then the Cardinals are 1 game behind. It's like a rock paper scissors here to find out who's the odd one out and is stuck with a wild card series. We can't let that be us. We got to take care of the Braves, division rival. Last starts of the regular season for all 3 of these guys. Let's make them count. Bobby Miller first up, and we got to close it down. Thank you, Gain, for actually letting me take control of Crochet here rather than let him blow another save on his own. Runner on third, 2 outs though. There we go. Right to Casas. Ends the game. No comeback this time. So what do we have there? We've got, there we go. There's one of Soto's 2 home runs he needed still to get to 50. We have a 7-inning 2-run allowed start from Miller, and then Dominguez and Crochet to close it down. Man, Crochet did give up a run. I don't know what's gotten into him here. He was so dominant after the trade all the way throughout until this last month of the year. All right, and where does that put us in relation to the Cardinals? The Cardinals lost. I don't think that would officially lock it up yet because, you know, if we lose 2 and they win 2, we finish with the same record. Dodgers won though, so we stay with the same record as them. So we just need 1 more win or a Cardinals loss to make sure we don't have a wild card series. We got a Cade Cavalli versus Spencer Strider game for game 2 of the series, and we win. And our AA team won the division series in AA, so they're still going. 9-4 win against Spencer Strider. We only had 1 homer too. We also struck out 14 times. Cavalli though, finishing his season pretty much on par with how he pitched all year. Not ace stuff, which I was hoping for because he kind of positioned himself to be who should have been our ace this season, both ratings wise and based on what he did last year in the postseason. So then what do we have here? Did the well, it doesn't matter what the Cardinals did because we won. But the Cardinals did lose. The Dodgers didn't lose. I don't know who has the tiebreaker. There's no way to check on that between us and the Dodgers for who gets the 1 seed. That's just, I feel like one of those things that should be in franchise mode is a way to check like your head-to-head record against any team. Either there isn't or there is, and it's just hidden behind some sort of menus that I can't even find it. But here we go. Final game of the season, and we're just keeping with what I've been doing. I'm hitting triangle. We'll see if we get a critical situation. If not, this is it, and we don't, and we lose. Now that is a very fitting way to end our regular season. I feel like that is like the exact note that the whole season went on. Like we'd be heating up, win a couple games in a row, and then like the game that I hype up as being like, oh, this is the big one, and we lose it. But a 98-64 record does mean that we just had the best season that these Washington Nationals have had since we took over. We win the division for the second season in a row. Well, and I guess here we can see the playoff bracket. We did get the 1 seed, so the Dodgers must have also lost their last game, and we had the tie break over them. So we get to take on either Pittsburgh or San Diego. The rest of the field is the Cardinals and the Cubs. I was not even paying that close of attention. I had no idea the Cubs were in it. They finished 500. We have a 500 team in the playoffs. And then over to the other side, it's the Jays and the Astros with the top 2 seeds. Then you got Seattle, Minnesota for Series 1, and Cleveland versus the Sox. So both Chicago teams sneak in the 3rd wild card spot with the 6th seed. What was their final record? 86-76. Wow, who would imagine the day where 3 teams from the AL Central make it to the playoffs? Crazy. But that takes us about as far as it's going to take us. Actually, you know what? It doesn't have to, because we have some alerts here for league leaders and awards. So let's take a look at this. We have... oh man, they got a whole list of league leaders. I'm just gonna skip past that and we'll look for ourselves. Wow, Luis Garcia got overtaken. No way. Ryan McMahon coming out of nowhere and beating his average by 1 point to take home the batting title. And then we have 2 and 3. Oh, that sucks. Coors Field effect. Meneses, though, leads the league in hits. He just barely got to 200. So 4 seasons in a row, he's gotten to 200 hits. He must have cooled down at the end. Ever since I highlighted how good he was doing, I feel like he cooled off pretty big time. All right, what's our other league leaders? Just going through real quick. Soto didn't make it to 50 homers. I thought that was a lock. Soto does lead in RBI, though. Meneses finishes first in runs scored. Soto leads the league in walks. And, it's Isan Diaz out of nowhere leading the league in on-base percentage. Whoa, what a tear he went on at the end. Where did this come from? Seriously, how did this fly under my radar? Isan Diaz finishing with over 20 home runs and a 3.45 slash line, 927 OPS with a 4.8 wins above replacement. I feel like that should be more wins above replacement. Yeah, I had no idea he was having a season like that. I knew he was doing well, but I didn't know that good. Man, I mean, good thing then that I did whatever trade it was that opened up the spot for him to start every day at third base. And then Soto finishes 1 in slugging. Soto just barely beats out Meneses for OPS. And then are we going to have any pitching league leaders here? Mackenzie Gore, okay, he stayed out in front with only 10 home runs allowed. That is what he does best. That's well, I guess tied for his highest attribute. Any others? Any other of our guys at the top of any pitching lists? I doubt it. Nope. And then, wow, when it comes to batting WAR, with all the good seasons we have, we still only have 1 crack the top 10. What about awards then? What did we pick up here? We get to look at this early. We don't have to wait all the way until the end of the playoffs. We only have 2 notifications here, so I guess we only won 2 awards. Juan Soto wins the Hank Aaron Award, and Juan Soto wins the MVP. Okay, you'd think that'd be the first one they tell you about. So yeah, even though he kind of went cold down the stretch, or at least colder, Juan Soto still walks away with the MVP award. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's not like Gorman did much after we were looking at it either, and it's still the same comparison. I mean, Soto has not even half the strikeouts, way more walks, better slash line and all that. So yeah, deserving MVP award winner, probably. How about the AL though? Pete Alonso wins it with 42 homers. Trout runner-up, did get up over 40. Cy Young goes to name redacted, player model redacted. And then in the AL, it's Alek Manoah. I'm sure he's going to get back to that point, right? He'll bounce back. And then we'll just skim through all these positional awards. Okay, so they must not alert you when your guys win these, just meaningless awards. It's only the Gold Glove. It's only Silver Slugger. But Keibert Ruiz, in the year that his offense dips, he picks it up defensively and wins Gold Glove. That's a good trade-off. And then, oh, Casas won Gold Glove at first base. Man, I guess it was that Sheets trade that opened that up then, and now we're seeing the benefits of it. Not just what we got from trading away Sheets, but also the fact that we opened up a spot for Isan Diaz to start and put together the season he had. And then also, the big thing to come out of it was that we got to move Tristan Casas over from third base to first base, and now he puts together a Gold Glove season. Any more Gold Gloves on this team? Hap finishes runner-up for left field, and that's it. Oh, Sheets. What? Wait a second. How bad were the right fielders that Gavin Sheets with a 989 fielding percentage wins it? All right, on to our Silver Sluggers then. Nolan Gorman beats out Meneses. That would be an interesting debate there between those two. Less homers, but better average on base, all that. But that would mark the first year of these 4 years that Meneses doesn't walk away with any hardware. And then we have any others. Luis Garcia wins it for second base. He's won it in 3 of the 4 seasons that we've played from the March to October into the franchise now. In all 3 seasons that he won, he hit exactly 23 home runs. And then anybody else walk away with any Silver Sluggers? Juan Soto, obviously, he had to. And that's it. So that's all of our awards. Kind of cleaned up there. A lot of hardware that our team walked away with. But then that is where we can bring today's episode to a close. We did it. It took forever, and it took many different variations of what I tried to do, but we finished at least the regular season here in our 4th season with the Nationals on franchise mode. I still don't know exactly how I want to get through this postseason. I'll probably take 1 episode each to focus on each series, but I don't know exactly how I want to play each individual game. There's definitely going to be some mix of simming and playing. Like, I'm not just going to sim through the postseason and hope we win. This is our last year actually controlling the team before it becomes a total simulation, so I want to actually control the team and try and win 4 in a row. But anyways, guys, that does it for today. So thanks for watching another one today, guys. Thanks for sticking with me, and I will see you next time.